a little cold out there. What's going on, YouTube? Today, I'm going to be working on my trailer. Going to be replacing lights, wiring, doing some maintenance, packing the bearings, making sure everything's good to go. I got to tow a car tomorrow night, so I'm going to need this winch. Obviously, there's a lot of corrosion and rust going on, so hopefully that's going to work. If not, then I guess we'll just try and push the car onto the trailer. But these lights, it's just bad. I've trailered more cars in snowy conditions than I have in nice conditions, so the rust or the salt is taking its toll on connections and stuff like that. So I just want to get everything cleaned up, get everything replaced, and make sure everything's good to go. So I got one of these junction boxes because the biggest thing with trailers is the grounds and stuff going bad. So what I want to do is I want to run everything back to this junction box, even the grounds. But I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that yet, specifically because there's like a tube where the wires run, and these wires are still pretty good. There's nothing that's really they're not broken or anything like that. They're new. They're probably about a year old, so I probably don't have to run new wiring. I just need to run new grounds and connections to everything. And the biggest thing was you have all these different connections here that aren't really, they're all just wired or taped. So it's not really, water's gonna get in there no matter what. So that's why I got some different connectors that have shrink wrap on them, and then I'm hoping that these will work better, but who knows at this point. But I think that all I need to do is get my grounds cleaned up, get any sort of taped connection off of the wiring harness, like this is for a ground. Like, obviously that's not going to work long term, but I think if I get that, I should have everything working, you know?
See the sky.
So here's my junction box. I got it all bolted down. It's loosely bolted down. So one tech tip, I guess you can say, is make sure you double check your wiring diagrams for what type of trailer you're wiring this all to. So this is just a car hauler. Blue is going to be your brake controller. Brown is going to be your right turn. Green is going to be your running lights. Red's going to be your left turn. Yellow's going to be your reverse lights. Black's your 12 volt and white's your ground. So it's really good to double check all of your wiring, because on here you have your left turn, right turn, and trail lights and stuff like that. So for instance, on this junction box, green is going to be your trail running lights, and then on this actual wiring harness, it's going to be the brown. So you can't just connect brown to brown, yellow to yellow, green to green, because then your lights are going to be all screwed up. So make sure you double check your diagrams and make sure everything is where it needs to be. So I'm going to get this stuff wired up, and then hopefully everything will work. So everything's pretty much done. I just have to run one more ground wire, and then I'll be set. But that's pretty much how it's gonna look. You're gonna have all these. I have all these heat shrinks that I gotta put heat on, so everything's all watertight. But yeah, just gotta run everything through the trailer now. Alright, so that's it. I got everything wired up. My brakes, my lights, everything. I did add another ground to the chassis. And then I ran everything out. So we should all be good to go. The only thing I got to do now is open the garage, let all my heat out, and hook my truck up to it and see if everything works. Let me know if my brakes work or not. I'm just kidding. I knew they were going to work. So that'll do it. I did take a multimeter to this black wire just to make sure that I was getting my volts so I can power this. I used to just take a battery and use jumper cables because these ends are little ends like that. So it was not ideal, but it's what you had to do to get it done. So otherwise everything works good. I'm happy. Yeah, that should be it for the end of this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.